Hello and welcome fans and friends, my name is 8-Bit Ben and today I'm finally going to get around to reviewing the Hori Hayabusa arcade stick for the Nintendo Switch. I'm just going to call it that for now. You're going to know what the thing's called in the title, but today I'm finally going to get around to reviewing this thing. I've been putting it off because, to be honest with you, I haven't been using it like 100% of the time, but I have been using it a fair bit. I've been using it with different games for both the PC and Nintendo Switch. So even though we have a very limited library of games on the Switch right now, this thing is not limited by PC whatsoever. Like, there's just so many games on PC you can play with this thing. And in general, I'm actually very happy with how it works, how comfortable it is to actually put on your lap and like just use the arcade stick. So we're going to switch to the arcade stick itself. Okay, so here we have the Hori Hayabusa arcade stick for the PC and also Nintendo Switch. Of course, Nintendo Switch is actually the focus for this arcade stick in particular, and I give you my impressions on whenever I use this thing for over a couple of days. I got used to it, and I'll just let you know what I thought of it. So I've never had an arcade stick before, and I was really interested in getting one for quite a while since I saw one that was on the PS4. I thought, I'd like to get one someday. Because it would really help emulate the feeling of playing at the arcades, which is something I actually never got to do. But anyway, if you want to know, this is a 8-way arcade stick from the Hayabusa line, and it's very, very good. Now, it isn't perfect for all the games on Nintendo Switch because it isn't analog, and even if you try to change the settings from, like, say, a D-pad to like left stick mode, it still doesn't really change anything. It's still going to be directly 8-way and no smooth movement between those. So it is purely made for fighting games and 2D platformers and the like. And it does work well for games like ARMS, but the only thing is, on the side here you have the stick buttons, which is really useful for stuff like shielding in ARMS, but doesn't really work with this layout because of course your hands are going to be here, not like wrapping around the side of the stick, so it isn't great for games like ARMS. But this does work great for, like, I guess, racing games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There isn't that many racing games right now on Nintendo Switch, so I can't really say too much. But you can say that the layout here is BAYX, and then you have the shoulder buttons over here. So you can kind of imagine how that would feel when you're playing Mario Kart. It actually feels not too bad. You'll get used to it within 2 days if you work at it. And the buttons are, nice and not too hard to press in, and doesn't require you to really like push in to press them like usual arcade stick. Hopefully, I have no experience with previous arcade sticks, so I don't really know. So you can actually change this stick to work as a right stick on the controller, which is really useful for certain games that use that. We're going to switch back to myself here to just give some final thoughts on this thing. Okay, so overall I feel very happy with the arcade stick. It was a huge investment money wise, but I feel like it's something that is going to last me for probably the rest of my life, and I think it's probably something worth investing in, especially when it works on the PC. I think it will go far past the Nintendo Switch once that goes outdated and whatever. I still play my older consoles, but you know what I mean. The arcade stick will still be very good for PC gaming and stuff like that once I get into that in the future. But yeah, I'm very happy with it overall, and I really do recommend it to all retro fans and retro fans only. I'm not sure about the competitive crowd. I think maybe they may want it, but sometimes you should try using a controller before going for arcade stick to see if you can be more competitive with that sort of controller. So yeah, I'm going to end the review there, guys. I'm sorry it seems a bit rushed, but I wasn't really sure how quite to go about this, and I wish I can give it a bigger budget type video, but well, I have no budget. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll catch you later.